Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman in the house. This is going to be one of our videos in our financial series, and we're going to look at the largest 15 banks in the United States of America. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and it's insightful. So let's get into it. The largest 15 banks in the United States hold a combined total combination value of 13.5 trillion, with a T there for trillion, in assets as of June 30, 2022. Obviously, we're now in January 2023. Each year, there are changes to the exclusive club. Larger banks trade places with one another, and of course, small banks drop out, replaced by faster growing rivals. Here are the biggest banks, I should say, in the US by assets, according to the latest numbers from the Federal Reserve. So let's jump into it. So at the top there, we've got JP Morgan Chase, 3.38 trillion, and that is currently at number one. And previously, it was at number one as well. At number two comes in Bank of America, 2.44 trillion, and that was number two last time. Citibank Group's jumped up one spot from fourth place to number three at $1.72 trillion. And then Wells Fargo at number four has dropped a place, was at number three, and now is at 1.71 trillion as of June 2022. Let's have a look at Bancor, US Bancor there, number five. That was also number five last time, and of course, that's 582 billion. Number six is PNC Financial Services, 534 billion, and that's ranked number six, the same as last time. Truist Bank there is at number seven at 32 billion, I should say, and Goldman Sachs coming in at number eight with 501 billion. Number nine is TD Group US Holdings at 405 billion, and of course, number 10, Capital One Financial, 388 billion. Number 11 is Bank of New York Mellon at 365 billion. And of course, coming in on number 12, State Street at 296 billion. And number 13, lucky number 13, the Citizens Financial, 226 billion. At number 14 is Silicon Bank Valley. And of course, that's at 211 billion. And number 15, the last one, Fifth Third Bank there, a bit of a fun name, is at 205 billion. And that has actually fallen from two spots. It was 13 last time. So Fifth Third Bank there. That is the top 15, or the largest 15 banks in the America. Let's have a little bit of a deep dive. We've got JP Morgan Chase. Chase Bank is the consumer banking division of JP Morgan Chase, and many of you would have heard of that brand, of course. Unlike some of its competitors that are closing branches, Chase is actually expanding its branch network in key markets. Currently, it has nearly 5,000 branches and 16,000 ATMs. Nearly half of the country's households are Chase customers, according to Chase. Now, let us know in the chats, in the comments there, which bank you are banking with if you want to. You don't have to do it, of course, or which banks do you like the most? How about that's probably a better question. Which banks do you like the most? You can put that in there. The assets are 3.38 trillion. Headquarters is in New York for that. Number two, Bank of America. Bank of America serves about 66 million consumers and small businesses client worldwide. Like many of the biggest banks, it offers robust digital tools that include a versatile mobile app. Bank of America recently said it was eliminating its non-sufficient funds, NSF fee, and of course reducing its overdraft fee. Of course, we all like that as consumers to have lower fees because they do overcharge. Following an industry trend, nice to see that, 2.44 trillion, and its headquarters is in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've actually been to Charlotte, North Carolina, quite a little place actually, so it's kind of surprising there. Citibank, number three. Citibank is a global financial services corporation. Its retail banking division, Citibank, is based in Six Falls, South Dakota there. I probably said that wrong. And of course, I've seen that in movies before, so I should have probably got that right. Citibank has about 700 branches in the United States and more than 1,800 branches outside of the country. U.S. customers can also access more than 65,000 fee-free ATMs. We like fee-free. That sounds pretty good to me as well for Citibank. Let's jump through to the next one, of course. We've got coming in here is number three there. I think we jumped through number three, didn't we? Oh, no, we did. We got to the numbers there. We got 172 trillion for that bank, and its headquarters in New York. Getting to number four is Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo was founded in 1852, although the bank is focused on consolidating and eliminating branches. Still has the most branches of any bank in the country. In addition to its main app, Wells Fargo has introduced a savings app and a mobile banking app geared towards millennials. The bank has rebranded and is focused on repairing its fractured relationship with customers after a series of missteps. That is Wells Fargo, of course, well known there. Assets 1.71 trillion, headquarters in San Francisco there. Might want to move out a bit like Elon Musk there with Twitter. Number 5 is US Bancorp, is banking holding company and a parent company of US Bank. What we've come to know as the 5th largest commercial bank by asset began in 1863 as the First National Bank of Cincinnati. Multiple mergers led to the formation of the bank known today for its extensive branch network and investment in improving its digital offerings, because we always like digital offerings and crypto. Assets are $582 billion, headquarters in Minneapolis there. Probably botched that word up too. Number 6 is PNC Financial Services. PNC is a regional bank operating in parts of the Northeast, South, and Midwest. Let us know if you know of that bank in the chats there. It was founded as Pittsburgh and Trust and Savings Company, and in 2008 acquired the troubled Cleveland-based National City Corp. That transaction roughly doubled the bank's size. Today, the bank is around 2,300 branches. PNC agreed to acquire BBVA USA for $11.6 billion in November 2020, and the deal closed on June the 1st. Federal Reserve's latest quarterly report, dated June 30, however, still shows that BBVA and PNC has separate banks. Once assets are combined, the PNC Bank is predicted to be a top 5 bank based on assets. In 2018, PNC started to expand outside of its traditional markets of 19 states, most east of the Mississippi River and Washington, D.C. The bank deal with BBVA USA would accelerate that expansion. Total assets now $534 billion, headquarters in Pittsburgh there. Number 7, a Truist Bank Financial. Truist is the bank formed by the merger of equals of BB&T and SunTrust. Truist provides financial services to about 10 million consumer households. BB&T and SunTrust, which were ranked the 11th and 12th largest banks by assets, respectively, as of September 30th, 2019, now form the 6th largest bank. And assets are $532 billion, headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina. It seems to be a very popular place for the banks. Number 8, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is a global investment bank, management and securities firm. Of course, many of you would have heard of Goldman Sachs. Its clients have access to a variety of financial services, including banking products, through Marcus, its online banking arm, and that made its debut in the fall of 2016 and began offering personal loans. That is at $501 billion, headquarters in New York City, the place of banks, I would have thought. TD Group US Holdings. TD Bank is the US commercial bank arm of Canada's TD Bank Group. Good old Canadians, eh? And of course, customers have access to mortgages, deposit accounts, credit cards, and products of commercial and business clients. Bank has about 1,300 branches along the East Coast. And of course, the assets $405 billion, and its headquarters in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Wow. Number 10, Capital One Financial. Capital One is a Fortune 500 company with subsidiaries that include Capital One Bank. In addition to branches on the East Coast and in Texas and Louisiana, bank customers in selected cities have access to Capital One cafes. We all like a coffee here, don't we? Coffee shops with free Wi-Fi where visitors can open accounts and attend financial workshops. I do like that. That's kind of cool. $388 billion, and of course, the headquarters at McLean, Virginia there. Number 11, Bank of New York Mellon. Now, that's a pretty well-known bank as well. When the New York Stock Exchange opened in 1792, way back then, the Bank of New York was the first company traded. How about that's a bit of history for you? Today, Bank of New York Mellon is an investment company that serves different corporations and institutions as well as individual investors. Private banking services are available for its wealthiest clients, of course. $365 billion, and of course, if you've got wealthy clients, where they're going to be? In New York City is the headquarters. Number 12, State Street, founded in 1792, another old bank. The State Street Corp is a financial services and asset management company with about 40,000 employees and a global presence in more than 100 markets. Services include investment research and trading and investment management. Its clients include asset owners, insurance companies, and pension funds, among others. Total assets, $296 billion, and its headquarters in good old Boston. I'm sure Teddy Ted likes the Boston one there. Number 13, Citizens Financial. Citizens has about 1,172 branches in 14 states and Washington, D.C. It also has more than 2,700 ATMs. It is headquartered in Providence, Rhode Island. Citizens Financial Group has agreed to acquire 80 East Coast HSBC branches and HSBC Direct in a deal that is expected to close early in 2022. Assets $226 billion, headquarters Providence, Rhode Island. Number 14 of our top 15, Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank has been around since 1983, so a relatively new bank compared to some of those others back in the 18th century there. It grew around $27 billion from June 30, 2021 to September 30, 2021, jumping 7 spots from number 22, so a big jump there for Silicon Bank. And of course, its assets 212 billion. Headquarters in Santa Clara, California. Probably a very nice place there, I would imagine, with the sunshine. Number 15 of the largest banks in the United States, Fifth Third Bancorp. Quite an interesting name there. Fifth Third Bancorp is the indirect parent company of Fifth Third Bank NA. Fifth Third has about 1,100 branches in Ohio, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and North Carolina, Tennessee, and West Virginia. And of course, its total assets 205 billion. Headquarters in good old Cincinnati. And is that Cincinnati WKIP? I guess that's a good place to finish. I love that show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Leave any comments about these banks in the video description. I will respond to every single one of them. Onwards and upwards. Catch me on the next investment and financial video coming out soon. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.